What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody's having an excellent weekend. It is a windy one in New Jersey. I just ran the boardwalk. I thought I was going to pass out. Thank you to everybody that watched my recent Rex Ryan video. There's a lot of comments on if he's the answer, if he should get hired, not hired. Two of the comments I kind of want to focus on now is the one where it says, Rex is a fan of the Jets. He's the only one that wants the job. Give him the job. I don't agree with that at all because first and foremost, there's a lot of guys that are employed now that may not be after the season. They could be options. A lot of guys that are employed now can't comment until the season's over. So we really have no idea who the candidates are. Even furthermore, if Woody Johnson actually opens his eyes, hires a director of football operations, wants to give power, wants to give money, wants to give a long-term contract, that may open the eyes of other candidates. The other thing is that when the job search happens for a lot of teams, usually every year it's 6 or 7 teams, will Rex Ryan be on any other list other than the Jets? And the answer is probably no, and for good reason. Listen, we love Rex for his passion, his energy, his pride, his defensive prowess. Is he the right guy to help rebuild your organization? Maybe in a win-now scenario, he may help, but great on defense. On offense, you have no idea. So there's a lot of questions about Rex. So if you want to, once the new regime is in place, if you want to give him an interview, great. He's not the top candidate for me, though. Now, to the next big issue for the Jets is you have an interim general manager, you have an interim head coach, and now you have a high-profile quarterback that is going to just playing miserably, that has 6 more games left to play, and what do you do with him? He's going to be on McAfee. He's going to be asked all these questions about his future, what he thinks of the Jets, this and that. And to me, the writing's on the wall. He's not going to be here next year. And I would highly doubt he wants to be here next year, nor should he be here next year. This is a true rebuild. So how do you handle the rest of the season? I mean, honestly, I don't even want to see him play. I mean, I'd rather see Tyrod Taylor play. I mean, Rodgers is banged up. You can say, hey, you know what, man, he has a knee injury, a hamstring injury. Put him on injury reserve for the year, out for the year. Or do you want to cut him? I'm really fine with it because at this point, he's just going to be another distraction. There is no leadership in the locker room. Nobody's believing him or buying into him. His tenure with the Jets has been an unmitigated disaster following his injury. He's not the savior we all hoped he's going to be. He's not the leader we hoped he's going to be. And now it's just like everybody's pointing fingers at who to blame and finding new scapegoats. And he's going to be top of the list. So do you want to just keep going through this miserable week by week, dealing with him and all his terrible body language and his dink and dunk offense? Or you just say, you know what, we took a big shot, it didn't work out, time to move on. The sooner the better. So I'd rather see Tyrod Taylor play. That means put him on injury reserve. If that means release him, I generally don't care. I don't care about cap hits. I don't want him here next year. And this is the problem about having an interim general manager, because Phil Savage right now is not worried about what do I do for the future. For me, I would be like, all right, we have Tyrod Taylor. He's going to be here next year, so he's part of the equation, whether he's a bridge, a stopgap, whatever it is. Jordan Travis can't play. Go find other teams' practice squads with guys that can, young kids with some kind of talent and get them in the building. Like, what's Mike White doing? Everybody wants to talk about ex-Jets. What's Mike White doing? I think it's with the Bills. But, guys like that, not Daniel Jones, but go find another young quarterback to bring in here that has some kind of potential, and maybe you find a glimmer of something for next year. Because it's not Rodgers. So this is going to be an ugly, predictable, ugly ending. It is. It's just not going to end well. And Rodgers, with his arrogance, is going to find ways to make things even worse. So why don't you just remove the problem now? With the Giants releasing Daniel Jones, it was because of insurance issues. They didn't want to pay him with the injuries and everything like that. To me, Rodgers is in the same boat. You know what? Just cut your loss at this point. Everybody move on and just embrace the rebuild. We know it's going to be ugly. It's going to be painful. There's going to be cap issues. They're not going to be cap breakers. And that's it. So hopefully Woody Johnson has the foresight to see this coming. And, this is the perfect time to do it is during the bye. But, the Jets, some of them still cower to Rodgers and they worry about the status of him and the prowess. But why? It's not what it used to be. So time to move on.